those who wish to provide public comment remotely, a Google form was posted on the district website at 6:30 p.m. Those remote comments will be addressed in the second public comment section. This meeting, which is hereby called to order at 6:42, is in compliance with the notice requirements of the law. Public notice was posted in the office of the Board of Education and communicated to the municipal clerk and the Daily Record on January 15, 2025. Would you please read our mission statement?
Certainly. Working together as a community, our mission is to welcome all and provide opportunities for our students in a safe and accepting learning environment to become creative, empathetic, resilient, and who choose to make an impact.
Will you please join me in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. While we do not have any presentations tonight, I would like to read a few words about Mr. Stanley Schoonmaker, and after the reading of some of his amazing accomplishments that we offer a moment of silence. It is with deep respect that we acknowledge the passing of Mr. Stanley L. Schoonmaker, a lifelong resident of Dover and a dedicated educator who served the Dover Public Schools for an extraordinary 42 years. Mr. Schoonmaker passed away on July 4th, 2025, at the age of 94. He was a proud graduate of Dover High School's class of 1949 and a veteran of the Korean War. Mr. Schoonmaker held multiple roles in our district as a teacher, counselor, guidance director, and assistant to the superintendent. His unwavering commitment to education and the Dover community continued well into his retirement through his involvement in local historical and civic organizations. He co-authored Images of America, Dover. He helped establish the Dover High School Hall of Fame, and he was honored as a Morris County Living Treasure for his service to the community. His legacy also lives on through the naming of the North Dover Elementary School Media Center in his honor. We extend our heartfelt condolences to his children, Beth and William, his daughter-in-law Lisa, and his grandchildren Matthew and Caitlin. Mr. Schoonmaker's impact on the Dover community and its schools is enduring, and we are grateful for his lifelong service and leadership. At this time, I would ask that we take a moment of silence. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to open the first public portion for comment. The board recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters. To ensure fair and orderly expression of such comment, each statement shall be held to a time of 3 minutes. Public comments limited to items on this agenda shall be entertained for approximately 30 minutes upon the discretion of the presiding officer. Please understand that public comment portions of our agenda are not structured as question and answer sessions, but rather as they are offered as opportunities to share your thoughts with the board. The board may or may not respond to public comments. However, all comments are considered and will be investigated and addressed as appropriate. Please be courteous and mindful of the rights of others when providing comments. Comments may not be abusive, obscene, threatening, or irrelevant. Please understand that students and employees have specific legal and privacy protections. The board is not permitted to respond in public to comments about students or employees. Please be advised that you are commenting at your own risk. Any public comments that are directed at a particular individual or individuals could subject you to legal liability for defamation. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to be heard? Please step up to the podium. Seeing no one, I will close this portion of the meeting and ask for a motion for the approval of minutes.
point of order, Mr. President, did we take a roll call to come back into?
We do not need to take a roll call since we did it in the previous open session prior to the executive session.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please. Any questions?
Mr. Acevedo?
No to June 24th, 2025 minutes.
Yes to the rest?
I was not here.
Oh, you
The
can just
rest-
abstain.
Abstain.
Abstain. Okay. And yes to the others? Right,
Everything else is,
everything?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Downs?
I will abstain from the June 24th as I was not here, and approve the other ones, yes.
Thank you. Mr. McCord?
Abstain from June 24th, regular and executive, yes, on July 7th.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Pinales?
Yes.
Dr. Sinner?
Yes on June 24th, abstain on July 7th.
Ms. Shower?
Yes to all.
Ms. Solness? He's not here. Mr. Miller?
Yes. Okay, help me out, but I don't think we had whole board communications.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. And our student rep is off for the summer. So I will give my report. So good evening to everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying a safe and restful summer. While school may be out, the important work of the Dover Board of Education continues. Summer offers us a valuable opportunity to reflect, refocus, and plan strategically for the upcoming school year. On July 7th, we held our annual Board of Education retreat. I had the pleasure of co-facilitating this session alongside Ms. Phillips and our New Jersey School Boards Association representative, Charlene Peterson. Together, we engaged in a productive and collaborative retreat that focused on board development and strategic alignment. We began by reviewing results of our annual board self-evaluation, which provided meaningful insights into how we function as a governance team and where we can grow. We participated in a team-building exercise entitled, What Defines the Ideal Dover Student Experience? And during this discussion, each board member shared their vision for the kind of experience we want every Dover student to have. At the heart of our conversation was a shared belief that all means all. In Dover, our ideal Dover experience is one in which every child, regardless of background, is challenged to achieve, supported to grow, and celebrated for who they are becoming. That is how we bring our district's mission and vision to life. That is the promise we make to every student and family who entrust us with their education. These reflections are guiding our development of new board goals, which are designed to support and advance the district goals and priorities. We anticipate adopting these goals at our August public meeting. I am also proud to share that the Dover Board of Education has achieved board certification through the New Jersey School Boards Association, a first for our district. And the This recognition reflects a collective commitment to effective governance, ethical leadership, and continuous improvement. Certification requires extensive board training in areas such as ethics, goal setting, policy development, finance, communications, student achievement, and community engagement. It is a true testament to our board's dedication and professionalism. We will receive recognition as a board at the November Morris County School Board's meeting. Lastly, Ms. Phillips and I had a very positive and productive meeting with Mine Hill School Board President Diane Morris and Vice President Katie Bartnick. We discussed ways to strengthen our ongoing partnership and continue collaborating in service of both of our communities. These shared efforts ensure that we provide students in both districts with enriched, high-quality educational experiences. Thank you, as always, for your support and trust, and I look forward to continuing this important work together as we prepare for the new school year. Administrative reports.
Good evening. On behalf of Mr. Jaime, I'd like to share some updates. Yes, the summer is a very busy time. Back to school night dates have been set for all of our schools, and these dates will be posted on our website. North Dover, their back to school night will be Thursday, September 18th. There will be 2 sessions. The times are to be determined. The middle school will have their back to school night on Thursday, September 25th at 6:30. East Dover Elementary will have their back to school night on Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. Academy Street Elementary will have theirs on Thursday, September 11th at 6 p.m. The high school will have their back to school night on Wednesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. Delk 1 will also be that same evening, September 17th, 6 p.m. and Delk 2 Wednesday, September 10th at 6 o'clock. As Mr. Miller shared, the summer is actually a very busy time for us. I'd like to commend all of the administrators, our team of supervisors, directors, principals, and assistant principals, our superintendent, who attended our professional development on July 2nd with Dr. Tracy Severance on effective leadership. It was a great all-day workshop. I think we all gleaned a lot from that, so it was very enjoyable. Mr. Jaime has scheduled his first parent forum for the 25-26 year. Please mark your calendars for August 21st at 6 p.m. for the DMS EDE Media Center. The theme for the first parent forum will be A Place to Belong, Welcome, Communication, and District Vision. And the focus areas that will be shared that evening, there will be a welcome from the superintendent, an overall of the district goals for the year, a review of communication channels and how families can stay informed and provide input. There will also be conversation on equity and belonging, ensuring all families feel seen, heard, and valued, and of course, an open question and answer. Also, within the last week, Mr. Jaime sent out correspondence on the upcoming staggering times, and he shared this important change for the 25-26 school year regarding the staggered arrival and dismissal times, and the fact that these adjustments across the district are being implemented for financial responsibility. By adjusting our school schedules, we are able to maximize our current transportation resources, resulting in cost savings for the district, as well as improved bus efficiency, where the new schedule creates a wider window for our buses to run multiple routes, tiering our bus routing system, while also helping to reduce traffic congestion. And we certainly understand and recognize that changes to school times may require adjustments for families, and we are certainly committed to supporting families, our staff, and our students as we work through this transition. And certainly we thank you for your continued partnership as we work together to enhance our efficiency and student services across Dover Public Schools. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? No? Okay. Mr. Sabhu?
Good evening. I'll be talking about 3 finance items. Item 8, the state increased the bid threshold from $44,000 to $53,000, which raises the quote threshold to $7,950. Therefore, any purchases between $7,950 and $53,000 require at least 2 competitive quotes, while purchases exceeding $53,000 must be bid out. Item 9, we received our IDA grant allocation for the 25-26 school year, which is $15,197, less than last year's amount. This is not a significant difference. These funds will be used for tuition payments for out-of-district students. Item 11, lunch prices will remain the same as 24-25 school year with no increase for the 25-26 school year. This concludes my report.
Any questions from the board on the report? Okay. Moving on, there is no Morris County Educational Services Commission meeting for July, so we'll start up again in August. Dr. Sainer, do you have anything?
Yes, the legislature is quite busy. So I'm just going to hit the highlights of things that were signed into law by the governor, but there is a whole document in the legislative report folder with much more information on each of the ones that I'm going to talk about, as well as things that are still waiting on the governor's desk. Public notice reform permanently updates the requirements for the publication of required legal notices. This law requires, beginning March 2026, a public entity to publish or advertise legal notices on its own website. Extending pause on SGOs extends the statutory pause on the collection of student growth objective data initiated prior, and adds a pause on the collection of administrator goals data. Filtered drinking water stations requires the Commissioner of Education to establish a program to provide grants for the purchase and installation of filtered bottle filling stations and filtered faucets in public schools. School Supervisor Mentorship Pilot Program establishes a 3-year school supervisor mentorship pilot program to strengthen the school leadership pipeline in schools throughout the state by supporting and developing novice supervisors through a 1-year mentoring cycle. Expanding early child education, or the New Jersey Universal Preschool and Kindergarten Act, would make various updates to preschool funding and set new kindergarten requirements. The legislature also passed 2 other bills, and combined these 3 bills bolster early childhood education in New Jersey, building on a multi-year administration-wide effort to expand access to free, high-quality preschool and full-day kindergarten programs. Together, these bills will help ensure children in New Jersey can enjoy a strong foundation upon which to build their educational careers. And then I'll just tell you the names of items on the governor's desk: pension boost for extracurriculars, school counselor certification, mental health resources on ID cards, school audit delay, TPAF re-enrollment changes, IEP meeting guidelines and working group, chronic absenteeism task force, Latino and Hispanic American history instruction, preschool service contracts, school meal nutrition standards, and labor movement instruction. Those are all, the last group are all sitting on the governor's desk waiting for his signature. That concludes my report.
Great. Any questions for anyone?
Well, I have a comment. It's not really a question, it's a comment. It has.
I can't. You have to probably move it closer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that better?
Yeah.
Too close. So I'm very pleased to see that the governor is continuing to support universal preschool expansion. Even more pleased that we are still receiving our preschool expansion grant. And the governor, in his press releases, continues to use the word free preschool. And I know that Mr. Sabagulu realizes I have exception to that word free, because for the Dover taxpayer, it is not free, because we are subsidizing the program with transportation costs. So I'm just wondering if the board had ever, before I was on the board again, considered addressing that with the governor's office by means of a letter, a proclamation, anything to say the impact. It's not fairly weighted with other towns that are busing towns and that are still getting the preschool expansion grant. And then it is truly free preschool to the taxpayers. For Dover, it's not, because we do supplement with transportation costs. And I know we're trying to do everything humanly possible ourselves to lower that cost as much as we can with the new Route 46 building, where we're going to bring together all of our preschools so that there's not so many buses needed to pick up and deliver students. But I just think that the board has a responsibility to not just our students in the preschool, but also our taxpayers, to make the governor's office aware that there is still some of us that are not busing districts, and this is a large impact to our taxpayers.
Let's bring it up in the Finance Committee meeting with everyone and have the discussion there.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Downs, do we have anything for New Jersey school boards
Yes.
or a Morris County School Board?
Good evening. Good evening. The Morris County School Boards Association does not have regular meetings until the fall. The MCSBA Executive Committee, which includes our fellow board member, Mr. McCourt, will meet soon if they have not already to discuss topics and locations for meetings for the 2025-26 school year. New Jersey School Boards Association will be hosting a workshop in Atlantic City on October 20th to 23rd. This year's theme is Your Ticket to Big Ideas and Bright Futures. Workshop is basically a convention for school officials and education leaders. I have taken an excerpt from the NJSBA site. It is the duty of educators, school officials, and education leaders to help students feel as though anything is possible. Through hard work, determination, and the power of a great education, New Jersey students can accomplish anything they set their minds to. This year's workshop theme, highlights our focus on encouraging students to think big and chase their dreams no matter how distant they may seem. The training and best practices you'll get at workshop will inspire you and your district team to think of new ways to support and champion the diverse needs of all students. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to approve have administrative approval for number 1?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Acevedo?
Yes.
Ms. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. McCourt?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Pinales?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Shower?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. Ms. Acevedo, can you please move personnel that includes the hand carry action on rescissions?
Okay, so it's 1 through 16 and then a hand carry?
1 through,
15.
yeah.
17?
1 through
No.
15, with 16
Switching.
being the approval.
Oh, I thought it
was-
you couldn't add it to this?
No, I
Oh.
added it separate.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So 1 through 15?
15, whatever an extra one, yes.
Yeah.
So there will be
It's
16
It's
now.
15 total.
It's 15.
15
It's
total?
15,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I ask that we approve items 1 through 15 under personnel.
Second.
Question?
With the hand carry, don't we need to read that into the record?
Yeah, we need to read it, yeah.
Do you have the wording that you?
I do, it's right. I have
Okay.
it. I updated it online.
Okay.
You can read that.
Yep. Okay, so the hand carry recommended action is resolved that the Board of Education approves the following rescission effective immediately, and the person's name is Francisco Arenas. So we have a motion and a second. Any other comments? Can we please have a roll call?
Ms. Acevedo?
Yes.
Ms. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. McCourt?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Pinales?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Shower?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. Okay, I don't believe we had anything for negotiations.
No, I don't think so right now. Nothing new.
Okay.
Nothing new anyway.
Governance, Ms. Downs?
Yes. 1 moment. The Governance Committee did not meet in June. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good report.
Yes. Student Achievement and Curriculum, Dr. Sainer?
The Student Achievement and Curriculum Committee has not met. I would move that the board approve items 1 and 2, please.
Second.
Any questions? Can we have a roll call, please?
Ms. Acevedo?
Yes.
Ms. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. McCourt?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Ms. Pinales?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Shower?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. Community Relations, Mr. McCourt?
The Community Relations Committee has not met. Our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August 5th, where we will consider the applications for the new term of the Citizens Advisory Committee. And I would just like to take this time to remind the public that that application is open. You can find the link to it on the Dover Schools website, as well as, I believe, all of our social media platforms. That application is open until the end of July. And I would also just ask the board members as well to feel free to share that with your circles, so that we can cast as wide a net as possible for applicants. It's the committee's intention to present the new appointees at the August 12th board meeting. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, policy, Ms. Penales.
Good afternoon. The policy committee is in the process of rescheduling our next meeting.
Okay. Finance and facilities, Ms. Shower.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Miller. The Finance and Facilities Committee is actually on the calendar for next week, for Tuesday, the 22nd. And I'm just wondering if we don't have a need for that meeting. Mr. Sabagulu, do you have anything that you need to discuss with us that's urgent?
I mean, there's nothing urgent, but if you like to meet, I'm ready for it.
Good.
Would we be the only committee meeting for the rest
I
of
mean,
this
I can send
month?
an email to the committee so we can get the feedback.
How does the rest of the committee feel about that? Ms. Acevedo, Mr. Miller?
Or if you want to decide right now.
If there's no pressing business, Dr. Sainer?
If there's no,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
we got all the microphone this month. If there's no pressing business, we did miss the June meeting, however, so if it makes more sense to postpone until August, I'm not sure that the Finance and Facilities Committee should go 3 months without a committee meeting, but Mr. Sabaholu would know better if July or August is better in terms of the amount of things that might need to be discussed, as well as I know that August is kind of crazy with getting school ready.
If you want, I can send you a report next week. Just summarize a couple of stuff. Then we could go from there.
Okay.
If you could send it to me, and then we could perhaps decide if we needed to do a virtual meeting. Could we do that instead?
Okay,
Yeah, we could.
sounds good.
Mhm.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I switched Ms. Sainer, Dr. Sainer with Ms. Acevedo, Policy and Facilities and Finance. Sorry about that. Okay. Moving on to the report, we have items 1 through 12, actually, and I did want to, Mr. Sabagul mentioned it, but I did want to say it out loud again, because it always feels good to say that there was no increase in school lunch cost, which is very nice for
Should we have a
students.
second? And then,
Second.
or are you giving a report?
I was just
Oh,
going
I didn't know
through
if you were, okay,
I didn't get to that point yet.
okay.
I just wanted to say that. So I'll ask to move this now. Yes, please.
Oh, I thought you were moving it before,
No.
yeah, okay.
No.
I wasn't sure, all right.
Second.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Second.
She moved it now.
No, but I
moved
didn't know
it.
if you wanted
Oh
to
my God.
discuss more what was in there.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. All right, does anyone else have anything, any questions for, roll call, please?
Ms. Acevedo?
Yes.
Ms. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. McCord?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
I will recuse myself for payment to vendor 1950 and yes to everything else.
Ms. Penales?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
I recuse myself for payments to employee 900009685, yes to the rest.
Ms. Shower?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. Okay, our
Excuse
next
me.
meeting is.
One second.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
I had wanted to, one moment here. I had noticed that we had a donation from American Publishing. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up during discussion. I wanted to thank them for the donation of the T-shirts. And how are they going to be distributed throughout our district? Do we know?
Good question. It was under finance and facilities, the donation of, hold on, let me,
Ms. Downs, what number was that under finance?
Number one.
Number one. Number one.
here it is,
It's under district scholarship account.
T-shirts. for the appropriate value of $15.
We will certainly, that's a great question, and we will research that answer and get back to you on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. Our next meeting, August 12th, September 16th, and October 14th. Do we have any old business to bring up? Any new business?
May I? This is regarding Mr. Schoonmaker. One moment, please. My sincere condolences to the Schoonmaker family on the passing of Mr. Schoonmaker. He was an accomplished gentleman and truly an active member of the Dover community. One of my recent memories was when he gifted my mother-in-law and her friend birdhouses that he had decorated for Halloween. She proudly has it on display every October. Thank you.
I have about 14 birdhouses at my house. And, you know, have a lot of very fond memories, especially working at the Historical Society. Him selling his famous clam chowder, and the publishing of the Dover History book, which was phenomenal. And so many people have seen that, but the one thing that he did was he really went around to all the schools and had students all the time talking to them about the history of Dover, which was amazing to be able to pass that on. So he's definitely going to be missed. So thank you. Okay, we're moving on to the second public portion. The board recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters. To ensure fair and orderly expression of such comment, each statement shall be held to a time period of 3 minutes. Public comments not restricted to items on this agenda shall be entertained for approximately 30 minutes upon the discretion of the presiding officer. For those who wish to provide public comment remotely, a Google form was posted on the district website at 6:30. Remote comments will be read by a member of the Board of Education. The Board of Education will alternate between in-person and online comments. Please understand that the public comment portions of our agenda are not structured as question and answer sessions, but rather they are offered as opportunities to share your thoughts with the board. The board may or may not respond to public comments. However, all comments are considered and will be investigated and addressed as appropriate. Please be courteous and mindful of the rights of others when providing comments. Comments may not be abusive, obscene, threatening, or irrelevant. Please understand that students and employees have specific legal and privacy protections. The board is not permitted to respond in public to comments about students or employees. Please be advised that you are commenting at your own risk. Any public comments that are directed at a particular individual or individuals could subject you to legal liability for defamation. Is there anybody from the public that would wish to come up and speak? Our one public person? No? Okay. I'd like to close this portion of the meeting.
What about online? Was there anyone online?
Is there anyone online? Yeah. Okay. At this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Once again, I had this as separate from my other notes, so can I just mention something? It could be under like new business or something.
Sure.
If
No,
that
go
works.
ahead. It's all right.
With the school board election deadline coming up for, petitions, I was wondering, and I don't recall seeing it on our website, if we have a link to the Morris County Board of Elections that would provide them with information. If we don't have that, is that something that we can add in the future?
I don't know. Is that something that we normally did, or?
Are you speaking about for the Morris County School Boards, for that particular, for those?
No, I think in order, I don't know, Mr. McCourt might be able to help me with this.
I think what Ms. Downs may be referring to is typically the potential candidates are directed to the board administrator for petitions, and maybe just a post on the school's website saying, hey, by the way, elections are up this year. There's three seats. here's the deadline, and link to the county clerk's office, which has a link to the petition. I think we've done that in the past.
We have.
Excuse me, I think that what we did what I saw last year, I should say, on the school website was the link from New Jersey school boards, because
Right.
that's where Morris
Yes,
County
that's what
Board
they
of
link to.
Elections takes you
Yes.
to. So there's a link for new board member candidate kit
Yeah.
on New Jersey school boards. So I think if we shared that they can download the form, print out the form, and then deliver it to.
When is the deadline? It's
July
usually-
28th.
20,
I was gonna say, I knew it was close.
So it should be under,
it's under New Jersey school boards.
no, the link on our site would be news and announcements, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been there before.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have anything? Did we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.